Come and see what is here.
Oh, they've already started. Yeah. I didn't see that.
This is so amazing.
Oh,
so soon.
That's fantastic. Oh, there's another one there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, and do you have any more?
Another one down here.
Wow.
This is so nice.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's not even...
Less than 2 years.
Less than 2 years. Well done. 2 years. Well done.
My name is Werek Piri. I am the director of Golden Glad School. Golden Glad School is a girls' community school. Okay, so it runs from preschool to grade 12. All right, so the motivation behind this project is my background because I lost my father at the tender age of 10, and being the firstborn in a family of 3, it was so difficult for my mom, who a few years later also died. So I was raised by my grandmother, who really struggled to ensure that I reached grade 12, because by then there wasn't free education, so it was full of struggles. Then now, because I grew up in a community, State Road area by then was more of a village than it is today. In a community where being educated was so challenging. But I rose from that poor economy until I reached my grade 12, and then did some odd jobs here and there. I raised some money, did my university, and then I thought the best way to be able to also, because I knew that there are other children who are still struggling with education, and they needed other people to be able to support them. So what do I do? And then with my interactions with the people in Kalingalinga, some relatives around here, we had to set up this project so that we began to help other people. So basically, the school does a lot of things, and of course with the support from different individuals and organizations, because on our own we can only do so much, but different people come in to help and support. And one of the major things that we've done this year, or I should say at the beginning of 2024, was looking at the nutritional levels of the children, and that really needed coming up with a way that is not so costly to be able to cater, to be able to provide for the children, and that is in terms of the fruits, and hence coming up with the idea of the fruits garden. So the major thing that came in was the coming in of Rashmi and Jew of Africa to be able to look at how the surrounding was. Previously, the way the place was like, it was more or less like, even before we started the project of the community school, was this is where rubble was being dumped. So it was a place where you could not be able to grow anything. It had a lot of stuff, a lot of stones here, there, such that it was also a risk to the children.
Plastic under the ground.
Yeah. So now the coming in of Jew of Africa, and of course through Jew of Africa, Mag came in. They did after looking at how the place was, they developed a plan on how the place was going to be improved, so that it was going to be a two-way thing. To begin with, create an environment where children will be able to play around, have fun without any injuries, and secondly also provide a shade and shelter. Like for example, you can be able to see how hot it is with the scorching sun. But with the trees that have been planted, though they have not grown to such a level to be able to provide that shelter, but at least to some extent they are doing so. Because with the watering of the plants, at least it is providing more or less like it's a cooling place for the children. Then the third thing that has happened is that we have had now these fruits that have been grown, because previously through the donations of others like Yanina would buy once every week some apples, some oranges and some bananas to just improve the nutrition for the children. But since now we have our bananas, we've had in the last 1 year harvested 18 bunches of bananas just from the plantation that was done in less than a year. So this has helped. Instead of looking for money to be able to buy, we were able just to be able to get from the plantation.
Oh, my name is Patrick Yabanyama. I come from Palm View Nursery. Yeah, so on here, this area is for the avocados orchard. So in this orchard, we are doing the same method in terms of the hose. It's 1 meter down, okay, 1 meter square. Yes, so half of 1 meter is 50 centimeter. 50 centimeter we fill in compost and the river sand and topsoil. When we mix those things, after backfilling them, then that remaining 50 centimeter, is where you set your plant. Then by the sides, you have to use the same mixture of compost, river sand and topsoil around the tree. Once you plant your tree there, which means you are safe. And these ones, we planted them last year in December. In December last year. So it just for in a year now we have these fruits.
Okay.
So I think we are encouraging all the farmers around. If you can plant one tree like nutches or avocado anywhere or mangoes, just a tree per household. If you have a spare land, it's good. So that children are eating avocados, they are not borrowing from neighbors. So it's a place where we planted a few of mangoes and the bananas, yes.
Okay.
So like here, they started the flowering. So we are expecting maybe few of mangoes like this year. So you can see flowering here. Also when you go to the other side, I can see here they are flowering as well. On this side they are flowering as well. So we are expecting some mangoes even this year. By the end of this year, I think we have some mangoes. Yeah, so in this part we planted the 7 trees of mangoes. Yes, so we are doing the same method. 1 meter square, a box. Then you mix, as I said, river sand, compost, and topsoil. When you mix those things, you make the soil balanced, and your fruits will grow very healthy without any diseases. Yeah. So on here there's a bed of the bananas. As you can see here, there's a bunch of bananas. Even if they are this way now, they are starting. So so like last month, we had the print of the bananas on this part. Yes. So on this one, we planted on the same month, December. Yes. So we have to put on this hole. We dug 1.5 meters down. And then 1 meter we had to bury it. We have to put a lot of decomposed leaves. Then afterward, on that decomposed leaf, we mixed it with the river sand and the topsoil. Then from there, remaining 50 centimeter, this is where you have to set your bananas on top. Yes. Afterward, we make the we have to dig the furrow, one main line of the furrow. Then in between, there's another one here, so that the water from the main source can go into the main furrow line for the bananas, so that all the time there's moisture on the bananas. We may find every month maybe you can cut maybe 2-3 bunches. Otherwise, this method we are using, no any fertilizer here. It's just natural compost.
With the children that we have here, the girls and the few boys that we have, they have personalized it and they have liked it, such that sometimes, even without telling them, whenever they have free time, they begin to water. To water the gardens, they begin to clean, they begin to remove the plastics, and so that's how big the impact it has been on this. Wow. So even sometimes people, the teachers around, will be able to say it's no longer God and Glad, but we say God and Glad Fruit School because of the trees that are here. Oh yeah, so that's how it is. And moreover, everyone, because the bananas that were being produced here were not only eaten by the girls, but even other people from the people when they're harvesting say, can you get a part of it? And they're so nice and nutritious. So everyone is benefiting from this wonderful project. We like it so much. So this area that we are seeing here, just watching from the wall fence there up to where the buildings were, it was, we can say, the area that was somehow, we can say, it was polluted. All right, nothing could grow here. So upon seeing the need, Rashmi and then Maggie came as an expert. In fact, at first, I couldn't even believe that we're going to have a thing like this, because looking at the area the way it was, I thought it was just such kind of an area that would just need to be paved as a way of making it, beautifying it and making it good. But with the coming in of Maggie, the expert knowledge, our device, and then the manpower that came in, the place had to be dug so that the plastics, the stones, the broken bottles that were buried here could be removed. And then there came in now, I think, almost 50 tons of topsoil. That was put here in order to put up now the soil that should be fertile, where now plants could be planted and they're growing well, healthy, like we can see here. So this borehole came as a result of the plants having been planted. Yes, so this through Rashmi had to lobby with the Lusaka Bikers Club, so that the ones as part of the corporate social responsibility, they donated this because normally around this time we have an erratic supply of water from the Lusaka Water and Storage Company. So this has really helped because it's a handy pump, does not need electricity or solar energy for it to be able to do that. Yeah, so maybe with the bananas, so this range will really help. You know, Maggie would always say those olden days where we never had piped water would get from the well. So this is the idea that even as the children are coming here to draw water, maybe for cleaning their classrooms, at least some of the water that goes end up reaching the bananas there.
So, Mr. Piri, what challenges have you had?
Okay, I think the major challenge has been on security.
Security, yeah.
Yes, so being a shanty compound, you find that there are people all over. So the moment maybe we just leave, we knock off, we lock the gate, some children will jump over the offense the other side. And in the process of playing, others will pluck off some branches, some trees. And then also, because our gardener doesn't work during the weekends, so there was no one to assign over the weekends to water the the gardens. At times I would do it myself when I'm free.
I know,
I would
you're very
come here
good.
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it's not there, so you find maybe it's a long weekend, 4 days, there wouldn't be water around. Yeah. So it's something that we are trying to find a way, so that even when it's a long weekend, there should be someone to be able to just provide water. Because like periods like this, when it's summer, it's too hot.
Yeah.
You stay for 4 days without water, then they more or less like begin to wither. So because they need a lot of water. Yeah.
So it's always an ongoing project, isn't it? Because you just don't plant and leave trees. So we need to come back and put compost 2 to 3 times a year, which people are kindly donating. We did the last compost donation. Rashmi is always good about that. And we are going to address the security problems, like we spoke with Rashmi, to raise the wall. And I think we'll be safe after that.
Oh, yeah.
I think after that we should be safe.
Wow, we have the guavas bearing
Already.
already.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's great news.
There,
Look,
moreover, this is.
we need
so
to water,
amazing.
Mr. Piri. Eh?
Okay.
We must keep up the good watering.
Oh yeah.
Look here. Beautiful.
This is so beautiful.
Here, look.
Wow.
That's wonderful. Well done, Mr. Piri. You are the success story of this.
No.
You and your team.
Collectively.
Well
Yes.
done. Well
because
done.
we are just implementing the advice that you gave us, and that's what we've just been doing.
Yeah. And also my team from the Palm View that came and did all the work.
Oh yeah.
From Palabana, from our production center. They did all the planting.
Yes.
A grateful thanks to them.
Oh yeah.
Grateful they did most of the work.
And also to mention Patrick has
And
been
Patrick.
helping every 2 months. He comes
maybe
here.
we should bring Patrick. Patrick. Yeah. So this is Patrick. He still does supervision for the area. He still does supervision for the area.
So every 2 months he's here. He would be able to guide us, advise here and there.
And
when
look at
there's
the
need for
guava,
spraying, he would be able to come in and.
He is a wonderful, wonderful person.
For sure he is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is a success story. Even to the community, the whole entire Kalingalinga community, because people come in here to check around what is happening, and one of the amazing stories is the fruit garden. Yeah, so they have liked it because to begin with, it has beautified the place. The place has changed. All right, and then those who are caregivers, the children that we have here, they like it in the sense that because with the watering of the plants, it's a cooling system for what is here. Then the other impact is because from what is here, because people used to see the rubber that was there, the plastics that were there, the stones and everything. So after they were removed, people are learning lessons that they can be able to take care of their environment. They are cleaning the environment. They are at least now subscribing with the Lusaka City Council so that they don't throw or ban the plastics, but they're able to collect them. And people have started now, because of this, planting small trees around their yards, in their backyards. So it's all because of the impact that it has had with them. And so now we've seen that with this, we are seeing now that the guavas now have started producing the fruits. We have the avocados now, which are coming up now, and very soon we're expecting the mangoes to be able to do that. So we are saying this is a very successful story that has come. And it is something that we're looking for, that it can be replicated in many other areas, more especially where we have the vulnerable children like these that are being taken care of, because it has really helped. It has really helped. It's only maybe the last 2 months that we've not harvested, but every time that we are harvesting in the last 1 year, wherever people came, we could find some fruits here, and the children, at least every Friday, they could be able to get the bananas. Okay, so we have our first unexpected harvest. We didn't expect that these would be ready. Just realized the day before yesterday that the bunch was about to fall. So we have one bunch of bananas and then one papaya, a purple. Right, so we are grateful.
Yes, so Jewel of Africa came in thanks to Yanina. Yanina was a good friend of mine and introduced me to Golden Glad and Mr. Piri in Kalingalinga. as I visited Kalingalinga school to sponsor the girls' annual fees, I was struck by the barren and unhealthy land on which the school was built. This sparked an idea to transform the space into a lush green learning environment that would not only provide a healthy atmosphere for the students, but also yield fresh fruits for them to enjoy. I brought this vision to life by partnering with the right implementers such as Maggie, and over the past 2 years, we've worked tirelessly to create a thriving fruit tree garden. Today, I'm thrilled to see the fruits of our labor, literally. The garden has flourished, providing a sustainable source of nutrition and a beautiful learning space for the students. This project has not only improved the school's environment, but also taught the children valuable lessons about sustainability, nutrition, and the importance of taking care of our planet. I'm proud to be a part of this initiative and look forward to seeing the continued impact it will have on the students and the community.
Sometimes people would be wondering, how do we start? Where do we start from? Quite right, they may be able to see what we are doing here, but they'll be asking, maybe this was a very expensive project, but how do we do it? So one of the things is to begin with, start with what you have. And the first thing that you have, everyone, that maybe God has blessed us with, it's land. Yes, whether it's rented land or maybe it's personal land, like in schools. Community schools, they own land, the community owns land, and government schools, the government owns land. Then sometimes you might not be maybe fortunate like we were, where people came in and did this. The other thing is also just try to approach people like us. You talk to us. How was it done? Because we've been there from inception. We saw what was being done. We'll be able to give some advice, though not expert advice, but from experience of what has been happening, so that we're able to do, like, for example, this is mango season. Instead of throwing after eating the mango, we throw the seed. We are able to keep it, plant it in a plastic, plant it in a container, and then later on transfer it into the actual ground. So that just requires having the desire and the willingness to be able to transform, and then start from whatever you have. And of course, other people who are environmental friendly, who would want the environment to be taken care of, will be able to come in and assist. Thank you.